Alright, here's my hot take of today. I don't think that a society governed by a document that was written in the 1700s by a bunch of drunk white guys in their 20s who couldn't even conceive of the existence of the majority of the United States of America.
You see, those white men were brave, courageous, loving people who thought about you, because if they hadn't fought the wars and the document they wrote, you wouldn't have your freedom today. You would have been a slave in the Middle East. But let's continue.
Should be used to this day, and I don't think that we are going to have a successful society until we get rid of the thing and restart.
Some of these liberals are a disappointment to an entire generation. But let's continue.
Because the founding fathers could not have conceived of my existence. They just could not have. They couldn't conceive of it. Their brains would have exploded.
Well, that generation was so smarter than your generation, your brain cannot fathom that fact. So you thought they're as dumb as liberals are. No, those forefathers who found the United States of America thought about your existence even before your great-grandparents were born. They fought wars that took millions of lives in order for them to ensure that their bloodlines are able to carry on a better life. So respect that, but let's continue.
I don't want to hear another white person say the word illegal for the rest of my goddamn life. We are living on stolen land.
As a black person, I would like to say to all these Caucasian liberals who hate their cousins so much, that the era your great-great-grandfathers lived in was the era of conquer. They conquered to ensure that they're able to achieve a lot of things. But history painted them wrongly because that era had a lot of bloodshed and unfair treatment. But it was that era. We're in a new era now. Is there any reason we cannot move away from the past? But let's continue.
Our ancestors forcibly and violently seized this land from the indigenous peoples who were living here for generations.
Well, if she read history very well, she will come to find out that those indigenous people were not the first to live in what we call United States of America today. There was some race and also different culture that lived there. Those indigenous people conquered and took over. But let's continue.
Before we ever showed up, we do not get to call them illegal. We don't own the fucking planet. Nobody does.
Well, I'm sure she's got a mortgage. Imagine me telling her that the mortgage she acquired through payment does not belong to her. Same as your ancestors has to conquer with a lot of bloodshed. A lot of your ancestors has to die for you to have what you called United States of America, the free world. But let's continue.
We are evolved monkeys with opposable thumbs who use them to write little monkey scribbles on a slice of tree, and we call it a birth certificate with our little monkey sounds. All of it is made up. None of it is real, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Imagine your ancestors did not conquer United States and you're here in the UK or somewhere in Europe miserable about your life, and you have to get a visa to go to United States, a country conquered by, let's say, by China or Russia, and then you have to then be an immigrant in the country that your ancestors should have conquered. Just imagine that. But let's continue.
And it's certainly not a valid reason to rip a terrified, screaming child away from his weeping mother. And I am tired of being made to feel like I'm crazy for being angry about this.
Well, first and foremost, I'll say the mother broke the law and she's facing the consequences of her action. But now, let's flip that table. That would have probably been you if your ancestors never conquered that beautiful country. But let's continue.
Capitalism is just narcissism as an economic system. Imperialism is just narcissism as a foreign policy. If the lion can't claim the safari for himself and call the elephant illegal, then neither the fuck can we!
Well, I believe the right example to use for that is a Siberian tiger decided to find his or her way into the safari in Africa. And then there you have similar beasts such as the lion. Imagine the lion then telling the tiger, what are you doing in my territory? This is my food field. Do you know what's going to happen to the tiger? The tiger will be ambushed by all the old beasts over there. And do you know what's going to happen? It will be a death penalty for that tiger. But however, in the human world, we handle it differently. We use the paperwork of deportation. But let's continue.
Do you have hope eventually that we could have a system in America more like Venezuela?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure this individual is bluffing, but let's continue.
That's what I fight for as a member of the Freedom Road Socialist Organization.
What are the most positive things Maduro has done?
A really big thing that we learned about while we were there is how much he has been instrumental in uplifting the women's struggle.
He is a primary example of one of those paid protesters. I'm very sure he's never stepped his feet into Venezuela because he does not know what he's talking about.
In Venezuela?
Would you say he's very a feminist?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's some of the reason why people in this country are so afraid of communism, because they don't want to see women in charge.
Exactly. They don't want to.
I love how the interviewer played the reverse psychology with this individual, and even himself could not figure that out. That's crazy, but let's continue.
Trump said the United States will be running Venezuela!
Yes, it said so. So why is she aggressive about it?
Whoa! A colony! Whoa! Imperialism! All for what? So a multinational corporation can get profit! Whoa!
If the folks of Venezuela are excited about it, why are liberals Americans angry about it? Which I totally don't get. Some of the parents of these liberals might be regretting their decisions of having kids just based on some of their behaviors. But let's continue.
I think one of my favorite things that I've learned so far as I'm reading the Quran is that technically I'm a Muslim.
I bet your ancestors will be so pissed wherever they are. But let's continue.
I don't know why it makes me so happy. Like, technically I'm a Muslim.
Well, on behalf of all conservatives, we wish you all the best. When would you move to Afghanistan?
Lowercase m. Because I believe in God. And I strive to be a good person.
You believing in God is just a normal religious thing. But being a good person is totally different thing. But let's continue.
Like, how freaking cool is that? I can't wait to throw so many people for a loop until I'm Muslim.
So, this individual probably hates Trump, hates Republican, but however, she believes she's not Muslim. Does she really or truly understand what it takes to be a Muslim? Does she truly understand what women go through? If young Iranians are combating and saying they don't want anything to do with the religion, Syrian, Iraqis, and so on and so forth, even some Pakistans are living, and you think you're a Muslim? Well, all the best of luck, but let's continue. At this point, we all could agree now that going to the club or going to the pub is better than going to church. Because in this era, everything has been turned into upside down. Imagine a sinner would just want to repent their sins and they go to church. Can you imagine jumping from a normal sin into an advanced sin? I'm not saying what this individual is doing is a sin. But if in the Bible, Jesus got offended and said, and threw away everything and said, my Father's house is not a marketplace. Can you imagine what Jesus should be feeling right now, seeing this happen in the house of God? But if you enjoy the content, remember to like, subscribe to the channel. God bless everybody. God bless America. God bless the entire world. I shall see you next time.